Live from WTVO 17 and your home team, Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
Local voters form long lines to cast their ballot on the first day of early voting. Residents say they're performing their civic duty amid the pandemic is worth the risk and the wait.
Illinois residents are drooling over a new coronavirus test. Literally, state line doctors say uncomfortable nose swabs could soon be a thing of the past.
A Rockford school's turning heads at the national level. The principal's thankful to be recognized for work she thinks all schools should prioritize. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Eric Wilson.
Today is the first day of early voting in Illinois, and residents came out in droves to hit the polls.
Long lines popped up across the state. The one at Rockford's Board of Elections wrapped around the block. Dylan Srocky caught up with a few people in that line. They tell him the wait is worth it.
Eric and Mimi, some voters say this is the biggest crowd they've ever experienced on the first day of early voting.
I do it every time. It's never been like this before. I've been in here for 2.5 hours. That's how long it took.
For much of the day, long lines could be seen outside the Rockford Board of Elections office as hundreds of voters came out to cast their ballots on the first day of early voting. For some, coming out on the first day is a tradition.
We've made it a habit to vote early to make sure that we get our vote in, you know, in case something happens day of the election. So we've been voting early for years.
Something I do every year. My mom, when I was young, immediately, as soon as I could register to vote, she brought me out here. It's a tradition to vote, get your voice out, get your opinion out.
Others say they don't always vote early, but made it a priority this year because of concerns over COVID-19.
I didn't want to wait between the pandemic and how crazy it's probably going to be on Election Day. And with everything going on in the country, there's a lot we can't control. This is something I could do today, and it helps me. It makes me feel better about things going on.
Edith Webster says election officials are doing a good job of cleaning polling booths in between voters. She tells me the large crowd and long wait didn't bother her.
People have died, people have fought, people have done lots of things so that I can come out here and stand in line for 2 hours. So what's 2 hours out of my life for all of that?
Starting Monday, October 19th, Emmanuel Episcopal Church on North Church will open as another early voting polling place in Rockford. You can find out everything you need to know about early voting, including polling place hours, by visiting this story on our website, mystateline.com. In Rockford, for your home team, I'm Dylan Srocky.
Local health officials say another Winnebago County resident has passed away from COVID-19. It's the first death in the county in nearly a month. This brings the county death toll to 153. The case total has surpassed 5,500 after nearly 100 new cases are confirmed. Winnebago County's positivity rate now stands at just under 8%. Yesterday, Governor J.B. Pritzker pleaded with state line residents to ramp up preventative efforts.
The days of uncomfortable nose swab COVID tests could soon be behind us. The University of Illinois and U of I College of Medicine in Rockford partnered up to offer the Shield Illinois test. Doctors say the saliva-based screening is easier, quicker, and cheaper than traditional swabs. Businesses and organizations can order the tests. Asymptomatic employees drool into a tube, and results are available within 12 hours.
It is not a painful test or an uncomfortable test, which the nasopharyngeal can be uncomfortable because you're having that go through the nostril and to the back of the pharynx. And then finally, it's much less expensive. It is only going to be at most $30 per sample.
Shield Illinois testing will be available to Rockford organizations within 6 to 8 weeks.
Ogle County residents in need of a COVID test can get one this week at the Ogle County Health Department. A drive-through and walk-up clinics being held there through Saturday. Testing runs from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Health Department offices on Lincoln Highway. The clinic is free and available to everyone. Union nurses at the University of Illinois hospitals say they've reached a contract agreement. According to the Illinois Nurses Association, the new deal includes a promise to hire 160 additional nurses, buy more protective gear, and provide hazard pay amid the pandemic. The agreement comes after hundreds of nurses went on strike to bring attention to their needs. The deal still needs to be approved by the union on Monday. The nurses' walkout gained local support as well. Last week, Service Employees International Union members picketed outside of Swedish American in a show of support.
The Marengo man convicted of killing his newborn baby learns how long he'll spend behind bars. A Boone County judge sentenced Robert Gee to 3 years in prison. Gee was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter back in July. Almost a decade ago, Gee shook his 10-week-old son in May 2011. The infant died. Gee faced up to 14 years. He'll have to serve at least half his sentence. Gee has to register on the Violent Offenders Against Youth Registry as well. A Dixon man's arrested accused of beating a resident at a long-term health care facility. Eric McGee faces several charges, including aggravated battery. Illinois State Police say the attack happened back in June at the Jack Mabley Developmental Center in Dixon. The 49-year-old is an employee of the Illinois Department of Human Services. No word on the condition of his alleged victim. McGee is due back in Lee County Court October 14th.
The Better Business Bureau warns of a recent vehicle shipping scam that preys on people wanting to hit the road amid the pandemic. According to the BBB, cars, trucks, and RVs are listed for cheap online. The seller offers to make a third-party delivery if the buyer pays through escrow. But thousands of people tell the BBB the vehicle they purchased never showed up. For a list of ways to report suspicious vehicle listings, find this story on mystateline.com. Beloit Chief of Police David Zabolski is gearing up for the next chapter of his career in law enforcement. Tomorrow is his last day at the department. The chief will take over the police department in Fargo, North Dakota, October 5th. Zabolski was sworn in as Beloit's police chief in 2015. He says he's leaving the department in good hands.
We're on a very good path here in terms of progressive law enforcement. We've built a very strong team of committed individuals who have the same level of understanding about our vision, mission, and values. And I think that's going to help guide them going forward in some pretty tumultuous times for law enforcement.
The Beloit Police and Fire Commission will name an interim police chief at its meeting this Monday. The board will then meet with the city manager to start the hiring process for a new chief.
A new report reveals unemployment in the Rockford area nearly doubled in the last year. According to an Illinois Department of Employment Security report, nearly 6% of people looking for work couldn't find a job in August of 2019. This August, 2020, it hit over 11%. Rockford's rate is consistent with statewide unemployment numbers. They increased nearly 7 percentage points in 2020. The IDES says the stats reflect the lingering impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. A Rockford School for Gifted Students receives national recognition. Thurgood Marshall School is one of 21 Illinois schools to achieve National Blue Ribbon status this year. Recognition is based on academic performance and progress in closing achievement gaps among students. The school's principal says those goals are always a priority.
We look at goal setting and meeting students academically and socially where they're at, and then we work hard to make sure that they set goals and that they build relationships with teachers that motivate and inspire them to achieve academically.
Normally, Blue Ribbon schools are honored with a ceremony, but due to COVID, Thurgood Marshall will receive a plaque and flag in the mail.
After a night of violent demonstrations, officials in Louisville, Kentucky are calling for peace in the city.
Protesters are reacting to a grand jury's decision in Breonna Taylor's death. Police say they arrested nearly 130 people during overnight protests. 2 officers were shot in downtown Louisville. Both are expected to be okay. 26-year-old Lorenzo Johnson was arrested for that shooting. According to police, several downtown businesses were looted as well. Louisville's mayor calls for an end to the violence.
Violence will only be a source of pain, not a cure for pain. Public safety and the work for racial equity and justice can and must coexist.
A nightly curfew of 9 p.m. has been set for the city through at least Saturday morning.
Now, your first warned weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
You know, I have to say thank you so much to everyone who has shared your fall photos with us so far. Woody Mott shared this picture from Oregon. Beautiful fall coloring here as we go throughout these past couple of days. And you'll see those trees start to change a little bit more each and every day. If we stay pretty dry, which it actually looks like we might end up a little more on the dry side, we could actually see those fall colors become a bit more vibrant a little sooner than if we were going going into our fall season with a bit more moisture. Now, speaking of moisture, we've had a few more clouds come in for us this afternoon. 74 degrees in Freeport, 77 in Rockford, 76 right now in Rochelle, and we're 75 down in Dixon, 74 weather watcher Bob checking in here this evening in Rockford, 57 our dew point temperature. As I mentioned, we've got the clouds. A live look with our Mercia SkyTrack camera up in Beloit, Wisconsin, looking off to the north and northwest. And the cloud cover a result of a storm system that has been passing up to our north through much of this afternoon. Now, most of the rain and the thunderstorm activity has been to the north, moved out of Minnesota into northeast Iowa and then into Wisconsin. Had a very narrow and thin band of very light sprinkles and showers that tried to work in, but once it moved into that dry air, really kind of fizzled out. Now, we still do have a light band of a couple of showers moving through parts of Monroe and Rock counties here, and I think that's going to be the best chance for us to get any sort of precipitation as we go through the night tonight. Now, the latest drought monitor coming out, still dealing with some dry and moderate drought conditions across far northeast Illinois and much of central and southern Illinois, but some improvement in DeKalb as well as in Lee counties, and there's been just a little bit of improvement across the entire state of Illinois. Now, as I said yesterday, we were able to kind of help maintain some of that soil moisture from that rainy week we had about 2 weeks ago, but the extended outlook looks like we might actually see those drier than normal conditions continue not only throughout this week, weekend, next week, but even if we get in, as we get into the first week and a half of the month of October. We are going to dry out and actually clear out as we go through the night tonight. We've got some dry air coming in behind that system, so that'll allow us to see some sunshine for tomorrow, maybe just a few fair weather cumulus clouds. It does get a little windy though tomorrow afternoon. Our winds will be gusting as high as about 25 miles per hour from the southwest, so just be prepared for that, but it'll boost our temperatures into the lower 80s for tomorrow. Cloud cover will thicken up as we head throughout the afternoon on Saturday, but most of our Saturday is actually looking dry. Might not be till the overnight hours that we could see an isolated shower or a rumble of thunder kick in as we head towards our Saturday overnight and then into early Sunday. Saturday is going to be a warm day and the warmest out of the next 7 as the winds in our jet stream shift around from the southwest. We've also got some pretty strong winds in the jet stream too, so not only is that able to bring up that warmth, but it's also going to keep our winds on the gusty side. Saturday we could have winds 35 to maybe even 40 miles per hour. Then on the flip side, as we get into next week, we get this big dip in the jet stream, really pulls down that cool air, and that'll cool our temperatures off. Highs next week may struggle to make it out of the 50s. Down to 58 degrees, that's where we head for tonight, up to 81 tomorrow. Again, a little windy for tomorrow afternoon. Temperatures on Saturday, low to mid 80s. We see that drop with the first cold front coming in on Sunday. This will bring us, guys, a shower as we head towards Sunday afternoon, and then some sporadic showers as we head towards Monday, Tuesday. Winds will be picking up too. A couple cold fronts will bring those numbers down into the 50s. Could see some widespread frost too as we head into next week.
Now, the Napleton Sports Desk with Sports Director Scott Lever.
Just when you thought the Cubs' struggles at the plate couldn't get much worse, they do. Today in Pittsburgh, they got shut down by a pitcher with a 1-3 record who was coming off Tommy John surgery a year ago. First, we begin with the Cubs starter, Alec Mills. He had his problems early. He served up 3 solo homers in the first 3 innings. That shot was hit by Colin Moran in the first. In the third, Adam Frazier launches a Mills pitch. Mills worked 3 2/3 innings and gave up 4 runs. The Cubs, meanwhile, couldn't hit a lick against Pirates starter Chad Kuhl. In the 5th inning, he strikes out Jason Kipnis and Javier Baez. And then Victor Caratini. Kuhl took a no-hitter into the 6th inning before Anthony Rizzo broke it up. The Cubs finished with only 2 hits and they lost 7-0. They've lost 5 of their last 6 games. The White Sox are trying to avoid getting swept in Cleveland. They're just underway. Dallas Keuchel is pitching for the Sox. The nation will get to see what James Robinson is all about tonight. He will appear on national TV for the first time when the Jaguars host the Dolphins in Thursday Night Football. The game will be shown on the NFL Network. Now, through the first 2 weeks of this season, Robinson has rushed for 164 yards. That ranks him 8th in the entire NFL. If he keeps up his current pace over the full 16-game season, he'll finish the year with more than 1,300 yards rushing. Here's another impressive number. He's averaging 5.1 yards per carry. And this bodes well for Robinson tonight. The Dolphins rank 3rd from the bottom in the league in defending the run. NIU and the rest of the MAC might be playing football this fall after all. The presidents of the MAC schools will meet tomorrow, and they're likely to take a vote on whether or not to scrap their plans for a spring season and go forward with the fall season. That seems to be the case. The Big Ten's decision to go ahead and play has put more pressure on the MAC to do the same. The MAC season is likely to be only 6 weeks long because we're already approaching October. Pac-12 conference presidents also began meeting today. They also might reverse course and have a fall season. That would mean all the Power 5 conferences would be back playing ball again. That's sports. We'll be right back.
Our first warning interactive radar brought to us by Rockford Auto Glass and More. We have showers and a few thunderstorms up to the north. That's most likely where they will stay here as we go through the night tonight. Warming temperatures for our Friday and Saturday.
We could use a little rain. All right, thanks, Candace.
And thank you for spending a little time with us. Stay safe.